Hello, I'm Tammy Braswell, the vibrational goddess of Create by Vibration. And today let's talk about allowing and resistance, or allowing and resisting. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the resisting side first, because that's the one we more frequently go into with really more ease. We've been conditioned to be in that fight, flight, or freeze part of ourselves, that uh, survival type energy. And not only have we been conditioned, it's built into us to keep us safe. And, many years ago when we walked out of the cave and a saber-toothed tiger or a T-Rex or whatever time period it was going to eat us, we had to know how to either fight it, flee from it, flight, or play possum and look like we're not going to do anything, right? But now that resistance keeps us from having the things that we want in our life, because when something comes up and it's uncomfortable, say an old experience, and we don't want to look at the emotions around it, or really go in and see what it's inviting us to look at, we go into resistance. We try to push it away. We um, try to run from it. We try to do everything we can so that we don't have to see this. And our soul came into this human experience to have the fullness of the experience, meaning all parts of it. Our human side is the one that judges the parts of it. And judgment offers up an opinion, right? When we're judging something, we're saying it's right or wrong, good or bad. Our soul looks at everything as just part of the human experience, being that it knows it's divine, it's perfect, everything's all good. The human side of us, though, freaks out about things that, oh no, this is terrible, and it resists going into anything about it. And everything in our life, our external life, is letting us know where we're at vibrationally, where are at emotionally, which creates our vibration that goes out, and mentally, what we're thinking about. And so we want to look at, well, where am I at that is bringing this into my life, that I want to push it away, that I want to resist it? And that can even be, we go into resistance. Reason I'm pointing this out too is, we'll say we want to have things in our life, and then we'll go into resistance when they show up. Well, it's just subconscious fear of that being there. We say we want a relationship, and this person shows up and they're wonderful, and then we subconsciously, our belief system says, well, there has to be something wrong with this, and then we'll run away ourselves, or we'll do things that try to push the person away, and that's all resistance. So when we can really allow the resistance that's there, when we start to feel it come up and show us, well, what is it? What is it that is no longer going to be aligned with that new experience I want to have, that I want to allow into my life? What is it that I need to see here emotionally, um, belief wise, old pattern wise, whatever it is that's showing itself to you, to invite it in. Okay, and ask, what do I need to understand, to receive from this, so that I can have what I want to have? And actually, by relaxing the resisting part of you, it opens you up to more allowing. Those are the two sides of the space, of the polarity. And when you can open yourself to allow, you relax, you let more in, more energy can move in your space. And so in can come the things that you desire. Allowing is a level of surrender. And all surrender is, because you might think, oh, gee, surrender means giving up, or relinquishing control or something. No, it's a softening of that intense uh, resistance, that intensity of constriction that happens with resistance. You can feel it in your body when you go into resistance. It doesn't feel comfortable, but oftentimes we're so used to that stress, it's a stressor, that we don't even really realize how to relax, how to allow. And it's just starting to pay attention to how you open things up, how you let more movement come in, let yourself not push against things energetically or in a physical feeling way even. We can be in a state of more allowing when we look at that resistance, because when we remove the resistance, then allowing just happens. It's more challenging for us to get ourselves into allowing than it is to soften the resistance, and allowing is our natural state. We like to have things come in, we like to feel good, but our conditioning has us where we're always waiting for the thing that something's going to happen that we aren't going to want or like. And so we resist a lot of experiences that we would like to have, and a lot of things to flow into our life we'd like to have. So it's sitting with it and relaxing, getting ourselves to a place where we can relax, where we can feel that softness happen and an open happen. And that does can I was going to say it does take time, but it can take time. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it is a retraining, a reprogramming, a reconditioning of how we show up, and noticing when we show up in that place of resistance, of we expect something that doesn't feel good, as opposed to allowing more that does feel good to flow, to appreciate the things that are showing up that do feel good to us. Compliments, gifts, even just being out in nature, or uh, all the things that you have that give you comfort in your life, heat, electricity, things like that, the things that are what we deem a necessity, but to allow all of those to really be something that you appreciate, you enjoy, and you let expand and more come in. And to help you really get in that bigger space of allowing, I invite you to join us in the higher consciousness circle. That is a high vibrational space. And the beautiful thing about high vibrational energy is it relaxes resistance. You can't be in a high vibration of energy frequency within yourself and still be playing in that lower frequency. Both exist at the same time, but if you're in that high frequency, the lower softens and just kind of falls to the side, allowing you to expand that higher vibrational side of yourself. And anything that's in the lower vibrational frequency side, you're more able to work with, to see, and it only has to be minimally played around with. It doesn't have to take you deep into a heavy space that doesn't feel good. So, by being in the higher consciousness circle, it's a space of high vibration, high vibrational teachings under new higher perspectives of understanding who you are, what you're able to do as this high vibrational divine creator being that you are, and to really live from that place so that you are making different choices in the way that you allow things into your life. When you soften the energy, more space for allowing happens more naturally than having to be in that space of resistance. So I invite you to join us in the higher consciousness circle and experience more allowing in your life, and watch as the abundance flows more easily for you. And as always, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to to my channel here on YouTube, to receive notifications when new videos come out, and click on that little bell down there and click the all, and you'll be notified of all the new videos that I'm sharing. I'm channeling and downloading so much information that I want to share it. Intuitively, I know that I am to share it. It's a time in our lives, in this planet's history, of really up leveling, and I want to support you in living your highest vibrational life. So thank you for joining me. Again, I'm Tammy Braswell, and until next time.